Gather round, pixelated peeps, for a tale of rectangles, rebellion, and a ball named Qomp who's tired of being walked back and forth like a political ping-pong match. That's right, friends, Qomp2 is here, and it's not your grandpappy's Peng anymore. Forget about paddles and pixelated lines. This time Qomp's rolling out into a full-fledged platforming adventure, and let me tell you, it's about as chill as a disco ball in a freezer. Hold on, turbo gamers, I know what you're thinking. Platforming? With a ball? Isn't that like trying to juggle bowling balls while wearing oven mitts? Well, buckle up, buttercups, because Qomp2 throws physics out the window like a banana peel on a Mario Kart track. This ain't your average gravity-bound platformer. Qomp defies the laws of physics like a magician pulling a rubber ducky from your ear, unless you're actually a magician, in which case, major props. Picture this, you're Qomp, a sphere with more existential angst than a teenager on prom night. You're stuck in this minimalist world, bouncing between walls like a lost ping-pong ball in a washing machine. But Qomp's got dreams, bigger than a Pac-Man ghost's appetite for dots. He yearns to break free, to explore, to, well, not get smacked around like a beach ball at a volleyball game. So, Qomp does what any self-respecting ball with an identity crisis would do. He defies the system. Armed with a simple 2-button moveset that would make even Simon Says blush, tap to change direction, hold to unleash a glorious dash, Qomp embarks on a journey through 30 mind-bending levels spread across 4 bizarre worlds. Think Escher on a sugar rush, with a healthy dose of, what the heck am I looking at, thrown in for good measure. But be warned, adventurers, this ain't a walk in the pixelated park. Qomp2 will test your reflexes faster than a hummingbird trying to steal your ice cream. Seriously, those things are vicious. Expect devious puzzles, fiendish enemies that look like they escaped from a fever dream, and bosses that are more intimidating than your grandma's stare when you forgot her birthday. But fear not, intrepid explorers. With perseverance and maybe a few rage-filled screams into a pillow, you'll conquer each challenge and witness Qomp's existential awakening unfold. It's a story of self-discovery, defying limitations, and proving that even a simple ball can have a grand adventure, as long as it doesn't mind a few bumps and bruises along the way. So, are you ready to join Qomp on his wild ride? If you're looking for a platformer that's equal parts hilarious, challenging, and mind-bending, then Qomp2 is your pixelated playground. Just remember, pack your patience, your sense of humor, and maybe a helmet, because things are about to get weird. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we'll dive deeper into the game's quirky mechanics, mind-melting levels, and unforgettable boss battles. Until then, keep on rolling, gamers. Qomp's existential quest is about to get weirder than a clown convention in an Escher painting. We left our plucky sphere hero defying the tyranny of Pong-like paddles, but Qomp2 throws more curveballs than a baseball game hosted by a dyslexic umpire. Imagine levels that shift and morph like a chameleon on espresso, gravity playing patty cake with your expectations, and enemies that look like they escaped from a fever dream fueled by Dolly and Dr. Seuss. Think navigating a MC Escher staircase while riding a unicycle on a tightrope, blindfolded. We're talking mind-benders that'll make you question your sanity, and possibly the sanity of the developers, but hey, at least the visuals are trippy cool. But fear not, intrepid explorers. While the levels might leave you feeling like you've fallen down a rabbit hole designed by Picasso, the controls remain refreshingly simple. Remember that 2-button tango from Part 1? It's back, baby, but this time, Qomp's mastered moves like a kung fu master on a sugar rush. Think wall jumps that would make Mario jealous, dashes that leave blurs of pixels in their wake, and a newfound ability to cling to surfaces like a spider with an identity crisis. And speaking of identity crises, let's talk bosses. These aren't your average, stand still and shoot baddies. We're talking creatures straight out of a Salvador Dali nightmare, each with their own unique attack patterns and existential baggage. Prepare to battle Pong paddles on steroids, sentient Rubik's cubes with anger issues, and even a disco ball with a serious case of the Mondays. It's a boss rush that'll test your reflexes, your sanity, and your ability to laugh in the face of the absurd. But remember, adventurers, victory is always sweeter after a good challenge. Every triumphant boss takedown is a chance to unleash your inner dance champion, celebrating like you just won the lottery while simultaneously acing a perfect pizza flip. Just be careful not to break any controllers in the process. We wouldn't want Qomp to feel responsible for another existential crisis. First up, secrets. Scattered throughout the levels are hidden collectibles that wink at gaming history, pop culture references, and even the developers themselves. Finding them is like unearthing a treasure trove of inside jokes, adding another layer of fun to the exploration. Remember that time you spent hours hunting for Triforce pieces in Zelda? It's like that, but with more existential angst and disco balls. But Qomp2 isn't just about secrets and nostalgia. It's also about humor. The game is packed with laugh-out-loud moments, from Qomp's expressive animations to the witty dialogue and self-aware humor. Expect puns that would make Shakespeare groan, pop culture references that hit you like a nostalgia brick, and situations so absurd they'll have you snorting pixels out your nose. But beneath the humor lies a surprisingly heartwarming message. Qomp's journey is about self-discovery, breaking free from limitations, and finding your purpose. As he rolls through the chaotic worlds, he encounters characters who challenge him to question his existence and find his place in the grand scheme of things. It's a message that resonates, reminding us that even the smallest among us can have a grand adventure, and that sometimes the most important journey is the one within ourselves. So, Qomp2 is more than just a hilarious platformer with mind-bending levels. It's a journey of self-discovery, wrapped in a layer of absurd humor and pixelated charm. It's a game that will make you laugh, think, and maybe even question your own sanity. In a good way, of course. So, what are you waiting for, adventurers? Join Qomp on his wildest ride yet. Roll through the chaotic levels, uncover hidden secrets, laugh until your sides split, and discover the heartwarming message at the core of his existential odyssey. Remember, the ball is always rolling, and the adventure never ends, as long as you have the courage to keep exploring.